Tonight on Entertainment, we have our interview with a famous Dumptruck Johnson. Actor, cab driver, who knows what else. Let's see how it went. So, Mr. Johnson, your new movie comes out next month. What is the,
The crux of the movie is this, see? I love my hand grenades, just like in real life. But what they don't see coming is that I'm a little bit tipsy.
Now, Mr. Johnson, I'm looking very forward to this film, but I don't know about the whole...
Can I get topped off? Hold on, son.
Oh, yes.
I don't mean to cut you off,
No,
Roddy.
please, let me have your glass. You're our guest here at this interview. There you go.
Make it snappy. That's good.
So, Mr. Johnson, I don't know how people feel about the 3D conversion with these films.
You see,
how do you feel
it's magical special effects. They take the background and put it in front of the foreground, and then make the foreground push back through the background. You wear your special X-ray specs, that's a hat, specs, here they are, and then you can see all the angles. It's the future, like it was in the past. Ooh.
Now, you grew a special mustache for this film, not this one, but you would
No, I had a separate one.
Fu Manchu for this film.
I had it grown on me special. I brought in all the information I could get from the orange, you see.
Was it strange to use llama fur for your mustache?
Absolutely not. When I was a child, I used to use llama fur all over my frontal region.
Right. Why was
So
that?
it was like a return to my childhood roots.
Your upcoming film, which is called...
The name of the film is Horseshoe Surprise.
Horseshoe Surprise. Now, is there a sequel
The
coming up?
surprise is that it's hand grenades.
Excellent. Are a lot of explosions at the end? And
No, most of them were duds. We couldn't fake it, though.
So,
you're gonna love it. It's gonna be a box office smash.
we'll be back with more after this. Well, we're back with our interview with Dumptruck Johnson. Mr. Johnson, thanks for being here.
That's me,
So
Dumptruck Johnson. They used to call me Kid Dumps. When I was in my street days, I was a performer, you see.
Right. And you still are.
I still am, accidentally.
So, accidentally, that sounds like an interesting story. So what accidentally led you to this profession?
I used to drive an automobile.
A dump truck.
No, that was a misnomer. Ooh! I drove a taxi cab, but I would only go from one end of the block to the other. I would never make any turns left or right. I'd get lost. Didn't want to go that route.
I see. And how did you end up performing?
Well, you see, an interesting story. I'm going to tell it to you. It began this way. I was in the taxi cab, about 3/4 down my route. And I've managed to pick up one Mr. Bumblin' Dunklin, the famous director. You've heard of him.
Yes, of course I've heard of him.
Bumblin' Dunklin.
I love his films.
He is a genius.
What is your favorite of his films?
My favorite of his films is Don't Dance There, It's Sharp and Hot. It was a musical, see. All of the famous players were in it. They would spin in a circle, and then the credits rolled.
Right. Love that one. Yeah.
He was a visionary, that Pumpkin Dunklin.
I'm aware. So you met him, and that led
He
you
was
to...
in my taxi cab, and he said, "Son," I was about 48 at the time, so I don't know why it was an affectation of his, I suppose.
And this was what year, 1953?
This was 1952.
You're looking great, may I say, too. Just beautiful.
Thank you. Well, I was in my taxi cab, and he was in the back half of that same taxi cab. He said to me, "Son, you've got a smell about you that I think that would just pique the motion pictures." I said, "I don't disagree. I used to be a stage performer. Now I drive this automobile taxi cab."
Like Bill Bailey.
Who is this Billiam Bailey you refer to?
From that show, that game show in the cab.
Unfortunately, I no longer pay attention to any cab-related entertainment.
Right.
I find it to be disgusting.
Quite crude. So your film
Beneath
after...
me.
oh, yes. I would not like to be.
Beneath.
So, your film after this upcoming film, which is, Horseshoe
Surprise.
Horseshoe Surprise.
I described the surprise, I ruined the ending. You'll enjoy it even more now.
I have no doubt. Now, your next project after this, you doing more film? You're going back to theater?
More film. I don't know
film?
if I was able to actually tell you behind the stages about my next project. It's a World War II picture, you see. I'm a sergeant.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Johnson. So, that's our interview with Dumptruck Johnson. Now you know the story. Cab driver meets famous director, now famous actor. Where will he go next? Who can say? That's Entertainment Tonight. Good night.
Leave.